Okay, let's admit it. Schools and colleges are closed and we are feeling really lazy. But what if I told you that there were some students that have taken up this unexpected free time and decided to make it a really productive time for themselves? But how? Okay, so in today's video, I'm gonna give you 10 smart study tips to study at home and some rules that have been taken from these self-motivated dudes. And I'm sure that at the end of this video, you are going to be this study at home ninja. So let's get going. Hello everyone, this is Jahnavi and you are watching Study with Jahnavi channel. The good news is that if you can learn to self-motivate during this period, then this will be a skill that you can use for the rest of your life. And before I give you those 10 smart study tips to study at home, I want you to put a comment under this video telling me your secret study at home tip. And now for the 10 study tips. Tip number 1 is morning ritual. Now when we wake up in the morning, we are all kind of slow and lazy. It is very important at this time to do a few things every day. For example, sip a warm cup of water with lemon. Water your plants, feed your pets, maybe you want to go for a walk or meditate. It's important to do a couple of activities every day in silence. What this does to you is that this helps you transition between the sleepy you to the work you. And also remember to make your bed, because that way the brain remembers that it can't just jump right back into the bed at any time. Tip number 2. Follow a schedule. This is so important during this period because sometimes we even tend to forget what day of the week. Overall, pick a very simple schedule, but that doesn't mean you need to study all time. You could study for just a few hours a day, but as long as that is scheduled in your timetable, you're going to be both productive and predictable. Now, before we continue with the balance tips, remember to put your favorite study tip at home in the comment section. Tip number 3. Designated study space. This is my absolute favorite strategy and it's like magic. It helps me focus at any point of time of the day instantly. It's very important to segregate your study space from your sleep space and your entertainment space, because the environment affects us. So no matter how small your house is, find that little corner where you can put a small desk for yourselves where you will exclusively only study. It can be even a portable desk. Also, don't get into that dining table with your entire family moving around about you, somebody sitting next to you watching television. That's completely no. But what if you have only one room? Then make your mind that saying, hey, this is the space in which you start working now. Now, there are 3 rules for you to follow to make this a success. One is to keep the space sacred for work only. And the second one is make this a no phone zone. Third one is make your space clean and tidy. Tip number 4. Manage your phone. Now your phone can either be the source of your distinction or your distraction or even destruction. Now there can be only one master. Ask yourself, are you the master of your phone or are you its slave? Now, there are a few simple rules that you can follow to become the master of your phone but also of your own destiny. Rule number 1: avoid picking up your phone first thing in the morning. Remember the morning ritual tip number 1? This morning time is for self reflection. Tip number 2: keep your phone away from your study table. And finally, often you people tell me I have to study on my phone, so how can I keep my phone away from the study room? In that case, make sure you put your phone on the airplane mode before you begin studying. Tip number 5 is to organize online study sessions. Now, organize these sessions with your friends, your classmates, or even your cousins. And you can even teach somebody something. You can discuss your doubts. Maybe you can pick up one chapter and read the whole thing, or you can sort one important concept, and that is going to help you simulate a real life classroom. Tip number 6: make notes. And now I am sure you have some online classes. The tip here is to listen to the class at its regular speed. Don't try to pause and then make notes and then go back and listen to it again. That way you will lose momentum. So listen to it at regular speed. Keep taking notes. While you are listening to it, your brain is going to be completely engaged and you are going to get a focus. And at the end of this quick study session, you are going to come back with feeling up charged. Tip number 7: afternoon slump. Now this really isn't a tip, this is a fact. Post lunch, many of us feel sluggish. We are not able to concentrate, and that's the lowest part of our day. The first thing, of course, is to shut your book, shut your laptop, you move away from your desk or your study room. You can do one of two things. Either you can go to sleep, take a small nap, especially if you woken up very early in the morning, and other thing to do is do something that keeps you physically active. Tip number 8: doubt sheet. Now when you are studying and when you are in class, many times you have a doubt, then instantly raise your hand and ask the teacher. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of doing that at home. So whenever you face a doubt, write it down in a separate sheet, and after completion of your preparation, then make a video call to your teacher or to your friends to get clarified of your doubts. Tip number 9: one priority per day. Now don't try to do too many things in a day, and preferably don't have this long to-do list. Decide on one thing you want to do. Make an outline for an essay, or if you want to research a topic for your next presentation, but whatever. Choose one thing, whatever you choose, as your big priority. Tip number 10: don't study all day. And yes, absolutely, do not study all day. This is a good time for you to take that much needed break. Perhaps you had a very intense academic year. But if you have a schedule and it's a few hours of work, follow the routine. Put away of your books on your laptop and then plan something fun in evening. It could be even a fine dinner with your family. It could be a call with your friends. It could be Netflix watching session. But whatever. But what's very important is for you not to binge on Netflix perhaps all night long and sleep very late. You must sleep on time, because sleep is a time and that brain regains its energy and makes your very productive the next day. And above everything else, stay healthy, reward yourselves for all these accomplishments, and stay connected to my channel.